This is YPHR, the radio home of your Youngstown Phantoms. And now it's time for Inside the Glass, the official Youngstown Phantoms radio show. Here's your host, Sean Stewart, and voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome in for this week's episode of Inside the Glass. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of your Youngstown Phantoms. I am joined by my partner in crime, Sean Stewart. Sean, welcome to the weekly podcast, my friend.
Thanks, Matt. Great to be here, as always.
Well, before we get into last weekend's recaps, we would like to take a timeout and thank our sponsor for this first segment of this week's episode, Edwards Flowers.
Visit Edwards Flowers on Elm Street for the best floral arrangements and gifts in Youngstown. The professional florist at Edwards Flowers can help you find the perfect floral arrangement for every occasion and offers same-day delivery for your last-minute gift needs at no extra cost. Edwards Flowers can also deliver nationwide through their trusted florist network. Edwards Flowers, the perfect gift for every occasion. Edwards Flowers is a proud sponsor of the Youngstown Phantoms.
Welcome back, and let's go ahead and get to the recap of last weekend's games against the Omaha Lancers. Well, Friday night's game went well for the Phantoms as they jumped out to a 1-0 lead inside of 3 minutes into the game, and that came thanks to the captain, Tommy Apap.
Higgins right behind the net, ties it up in his feet. He's knocked down. Phantoms come away with the puck. A soft backhand right in the high slot shot. They score. Right in front, it was Coca who came out of the corner. Threw a backhand, the rebound kicked out. And it looks like it was Apap, the captain, coming up with his fourth goal of the season. Only 253 into this one.
Fourth goal of the season for Tommy, assisted by Brad Coca and Dominic Dockery. Time of that goal was 2:53, and the Phantoms led 1-0. The Phantoms would double that lead at the 13:04 mark, and that would come off the stick of former Omaha Lancer Pierce Crawford.
But early in the season, the penalty minutes racked up. Gingell trying to shoot it from the left point. That's blocked by Lown. He'll get it back. Feeds Crawford shooting. He scores. Pierce Crawford in the high slot. And the Phantoms take a 2-0 lead with 6:56 to play in the first. And just like he did multiple times for Omaha, he does it for Youngstown.
For Pierce, his 16th goal of the season, assist to Jake Gingell and Cole Norris, Phantoms led 2-0. They would increase that lead to 3-0 at 5:54 of the second period, and that came thanks to Chase Griesach.
To Griesach, he dumps one in on Napier for the Phantoms. Shearer will corral it, go behind the net, and try to cycle it back with Rydstrom. Just out of his reach, Phantoms feed it up top. Griesach shot, he scores! From the high slot, Youngstown scores just 5:54 into the second period. And the Phantoms have tripled their lead. It's 3-0. And so, after Omaha had an opportunity on the man advantage, Youngstown comes back, controlling all the momentum.
Curtis Hall getting the lone assist on Chase's goal, his 11th of the season, and the Phantoms led 3-0. And thanks to the help of Omaha netminder Tommy Napier, the Phantoms would increase their lead to 4-0 with a shorthanded goal at the 8:45 mark of the third period.
Tuck to Hamlin, right corner. He'll start the rush the other way. Into the offensive zone, Peterson pulls up, feeds back for Gallant. Up top, Joyo. D to D for Hamlin. On the backhand, he chips it down low. Pressure in front. And the Phantoms able to clear it out. Napier up to the half wall. His pass goes right into a man. Shot in front. They score. A misplayed puck by Napier went right into the shin pads of Pooley. He fed it in front, and it was Wisaki who buried it, and it's a short-handed goal. And the Phantoms add another in the third. It's 4-0 with 11:15 to play. So Wisaki from Pooley, the official scoring.
Evan Wisaki getting that goal, his 9th of the season. Again, that was shorthanded. Assist to Austin Pooley. Phantoms led 4-0. Off the ensuing face-off, it was a player familiar to Phantoms fans, Noah Lalonde, finally getting the Lancers on the board. For Noah, his 4th of the season. Assist to Jack Randall. That was a power play goal just 5 seconds after the Phantoms scored their shorthanded goal. But that was the final marker of the game. Phantoms would win 4-1. Getting the win was Ivan Kublikov. He stopped 15 of the 16 Lancer shots. Tommy Napier took the loss, stopped 24 of 28, 3 stars of the game. Third star was Chase Grisock. Second star was Tommy Apap. And the first star was Evan Wisaki. And to recap Saturday's action for you, here's Sean.
Thanks, Matt. Saturday's game would get started off well for the Phantoms as Michael Carroll would get his 2nd of the season at 5:59 of the first.
Top to Peterson. Pushed back behind the Omaha net. Shearer hit hard. Puck comes loose. Now feeding up for Caro at the point. He scores. The feed up top. Caro, top of the left circle. And Youngstown takes the 1-0 lead just under 6 minutes in. So Caro will pick up the goal. For the defenseman, that's his 2nd of the season. The Boston College commit.
Helpers on that Carroll goal going to Jay O'Brien getting his first USHL point and Cole Norris. And the Phantoms would make it 2-0 at 7:31 of the first as Alec Mahalik would get his 5th.
He slows down, has a man skate over the puck. St. John pressuring. Kublikov waving his mitt in front of St. John's face. Phantoms get the puck all the way down. Behind the net, Esposito takes it. Eric spins his shot. Save made by Keene. Apap will take it. Puck comes back. Grisock sends one out to the point. Another blast. They score. Mahalik from the right point. And the Phantoms take a 2-0 lead. 7:31 into the first period. So, 2 goals in quick succession.
Helpers on the Mahalik goal went to Chase Grisock and Tommy Apap, and the Phantoms would carry that 2-0 lead into the first intermission. However, Omaha would quickly turn the tide at 1:32 of the second as Philip Suki would get his 13th of the season, assisted by Jack Randall and Michael Joyo. And Omaha would tie things up at 4:53 on the power play off the stick of Cole Gallant, again assisted by Jack Randall and Emilio Peterson. And again, that was a Lancers power play goal. And Omaha would take the lead at 9:28 off the stick of Trevor St. John for his 2nd of the season, assisted by Connor Marshall. And Omaha would continue the torrid run of the second at 18:08, getting their 4th of the period to take a 4-2 lead off the stick of Ben Lown for his 10th of the season, assisted by Emilio Peterson and Noah Cates. So Omaha would lead 4-2 after 2, and Cole Gallant would tack on a 5th for Omaha at 19:59 of the third for his 14th of the season, assisted by Will Shearer and Philip Rydstrom for that empty net goal. And so the Lancers would take the Saturday game 5-2. Ivan Kublikov taking the loss, stopping 21 of 25 shots. Ryan Keene would get the win, stopping 30 of 32 shots. 3 stars of the game, 3rd star going to Trevor St. John, 2nd star to Emilio Peterson, and your 1st star of the night was Ryan Keene. So not a great end to the weekend, Matt.
No, it looked all good. The Phantoms were out to a 2-0 lead there at the end of the first period on Saturday, and then the wheels kind of fell off. Talking with Coach Patterson after the game, he said, the boys seemed like they were maybe chasing the puck a little bit, maybe trying to lean more to the offensive side. We're up 2-0. Let's pile on more, and obviously that came back to bite the Phantoms right in the rear end.
Yeah, that can sometimes happen, not playing both sides of the puck, offense and defense, as well as maybe getting a little too confident and a little too complacent, thinking that we had beat this team the night prior pretty handedly. Looks like we're doing the same, kind of taking your foot off the gas just a little bit.
And the turnover that led to the game-winning goal by Trevor St. John behind the net, I'm not going to point him out, and you can look at the highlights and see who it was for yourself, but it was bad.
Yeah, just tough break for the boys this weekend, unfortunately.
Unfortunately for the Phantoms, again, the Green Bay Gamblers just keep on winning. They now have their top offensive weapon back in Casey Middlestat. He has returned from the Minnesota State playoffs. And what did he do this weekend? Oh, just 6 points in 2 games. So
nothing big.
No, nothing big. He only got the USHL CCM Forward of the Week. We will discuss him and the rest of the Green Bay Gamblers in a later segment. But don't go away, because in our next segment we will have a sit down with Phantoms head coach Brad Patterson, and a big thank you to Edwards Flowers for sponsoring our first segment.